The
Yeah,
difference between I feel like a real estate agent, like a real business owner. I feel like you're a business owner versus a realtor is sometimes realtors are just on OnlyFans. They're just showing their butt to get they're not going to actually sell any homes. They're just
actually,
looking for I want to work with people that are real business people.
it's funny you said that. I did a deal, and this girl wanted to be more. I think she wanted to be more of an Instagram influencer than she wanted to be a real estate agent.
Yep.
And you could kind of tell by the contract conversations that we would have, and the name dropping that she would have. And I'm like, don't care about this transaction, but yeah,
Yep.
more of that kind of an agent than a real agent.
Welcome to the 25th with Jackson Thomas. Build a bigger business in the same 24.
All right, so I'm here today with Jackie Dorbritz, the famous, amazing realtor. Okay.
Right.
And we're going to get to know her a little bit. And by asking a couple questions, I think this will be a great way to let our audience know a little bit more about the great things in real estate, the challenges in real estate, and what we can learn from them. And so I'm excited. The questions, I'm excited to kind of just hear a little bit of your story. So I would love for you just to share from your heart, share authentically on what you think would be most impactful. Like if I was sitting down and let's say I'm a buyer or seller you're working with, and I'm just asking for your honest advice. We're friends and I'm scared about buying or I'm scared about selling my home, right? This market can be a little scary. So my first question for you, Jackie, is what is a red flag that you see when buyers are specifically looking for homes near golf courses? And what do you think maybe a newer agent would often miss that you wouldn't because of your expertise?
I have to tell you, probably the first thing is to make sure where the location is. And is it on a tee box? Does it have a cart path in front of it? Is it on a dog leg? There's a lot of trees that sit right in front of that home. You got to question whether you're going to get a lot of balls that are going to be in your yard. So those are just kind of some of the top level things that you look for. It's like, what's the position on the lot?
No, I think that's incredibly valuable because that wouldn't have been the first thing that I would thought of, right? And so being able to understand where you're located, does that affect the value of the home in your opinion?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'll give you like a real quick summary. My husband and I were looking at the time at a golf course lot in Plano, and we loved this house. Loved this house. And we walked outside. It was on the golf course, walked outside, had a pool, and we look up on either side, and there are these big screens on either side for like these 3 homes to the left and 2 to the right. Well, I thank God had enough common sense because I wasn't an agent back then. I had enough common sense. I'm like, let's go up and talk to the golf pro. And the golf pro was very politically correct about it, but he said, let's just say that if you are in that pool, you might want to have a helmet on when you do. Because there are so many, it was on a serious, I think it was even on like a par 5. And I didn't know what a par 5 was, but he said, I've lost a lot of balls in that yard. I'll just put it that way. And he said, and I've actually bought a few windows in that yard too. So.
No, that's interesting because I would think that's a huge mistake. You fall in love with a home.
Yes. And we
but
did.
then all of a sudden you've moved in and then have that kind of remorse of, oh, shoot, I should have thought about this before.
Right.
And I think that's, again, something you bring to the table of being able to help clients avoid these big landmines of like the biggest, decision or purchase of their life and stuff like that. So I feel like stories are always really good. And I feel like with, kind of where you've been, as you kind of reflect on your career, Jackie, is there a deal that has happened where you really learned like one of your biggest lessons? Like maybe it was one of your like a really good success story, or maybe it was one that was really painful. But as you kind of reflect back, what's maybe a big lesson you've learned from a particular deal?
Early on, there was a beautiful home in Willabing Country that I was selling, and the appraiser only gave $5,000 an upcharge for it being on the golf course over an interior lot. Well, I was shocked. And I went to battle, and it's hard to go to battle with an appraiser, but I felt very confident that this home deserved more than $5,000 on an appraisal. And he actually was the one that schooled me on it. He said, Jackie, it is on a dog leg and a serious dog leg. And he said, you've got a tee box and you've got a sand trap, all within however many yards. And he said, and all those 5 trees that sit in the back, guess what? And he said, that particular home is the worst lot on that course. And he said, and I really actually struggled with giving you $5,000 on it. So I learned a serious lesson on that one after about 20 hours worth of data. And I mean, I had my numbers and I sent this over to him, and being on a lot like that is almost more of a detriment than it is an asset for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
And having been even in the industry, a lot of times, I don't even know if I would have necessarily known that.
I didn't know that. And I was maybe 3 or 4 years into my career at that point. So I definitely didn't know it. But I know it now. It's a beautiful home. Oh my God, home is stunning. But they did not get give a lot of value to that home because of the specific lot that it was on.
And I think that's such an incredible value add as a realtor with that level of experience to be able to kind of know that. Because I would say most realtors are not going to know that. And so when you're going to like sell a home on a golf course, it's probably going to be more luxury. You're talking about a higher price point, generally
Absolutely.
speaking. So it's like the value of advice is even greater in that situation. So, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was definitely a learning curve, and I'm glad I learned it early in my career. For
Yeah,
sure.
because like I've spent a lot of time with appraisals. I consider myself pretty good with appraisals, and I did not know that. That's
I'm
actually
very
pretty
good with numbers, and I just knew he was wrong.
Yeah.
But I didn't take that particular equation, and I mean, I was all about the data-driven information. So he schooled me. I learned.
But see, but then now I feel like so many times in my career, I kind of like to say like don't trust no one, because like people always give you their opinions until you can really dig in and get the true like data. Because I've seen realtors sometimes have really, or even appraisers have super strong opinions, but then once you actually get more information and more facts, you're like, oh, okay, maybe I had, just because I was seeing it. I find some people are experts in their opinion. You know, it's like you're actually not
Right.
you're not an expert on the point. You just really have a really strong opinion.
Right.
How do you feel so far?
I'm nervous. You know what? I'm
Kinda
very confident in what I do. It's when you put this in my face or you put a camera. I don't even like to do our photos for our team. I mean, I've never been.
So what's motivating you to get so far outside your comfort zone?
You pushed me to do it.
Hey,
You did. And her, she's
there,
always like, just do it, just do it. And, you know, I think that I really do need to put my arms around the video because that's where a direction is going. It's just never been, I've drug my feet because I don't like to do it,
yeah.
you know?
But I
you've
mean,
pushed me to
kudos on
do
you
it.
to lean into that, because I would say most people prefer to stay in their comfort zone.
Yeah.
And so what would be your hope with this? Is it that being able to expand influence? Is it to generate leads? Is it to just more adapt and grow and to get yourself more comfortable with new innovations? Like
All of the above.
all of the above.
All of the above.
So,
You know, I this is definitely a stretch for me to do something like this for sure, but it's something that I believe in. It's just, you know, it's like learning another language, right?
it is. And I would say like, I am excited to be able to help you with, because I would say I honestly felt the exact same way.
Did you?
100%.
Really? Because you're so good in front of
but
it.
I know, but the thing is I will go back and I'll show you some of the first videos, and I'm like terrible. Like there wasn't good lighting. I wasn't sure what I was doing. I'm stumbling over my words. I needed a teleprompter. And even then I think it took me like 4 hours to like shoot the first one. And the only reason I did this is like, this is probably 2023 is really when I started probably doing it. Rates, you know, are almost up to 7.5%, 8%. It's really hard. Business has dried up in a lot of ways. And I'm like, okay, I got to like try something different. And then I had a couple friends and went to an event. I was like, okay, I'm going to try this. And then I kind of like leaned in with a guy named Brian and Joey, and I was like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing, but I just would book times and I'd be like, all right, let me go figure it out. And it was nice having like somebody there that was like encouraging and like helping me stumble my way through it. And then like making it more manageable to take baby steps in that direction. And then I think the first time you do it, it's like such an adrenaline rush of like, oh my God. And then like it becomes a little bit easier as you get a little more guidance. So I would say I hadn't posted or done anything to social media in, I don't know, like 8 years, 10 years.
Really?
Yeah. If you go back, there was no post. It's just like, I really kicked into it in 2023 because like that was when the market really shifted in 2022. I kind of grinded my way through 2022 to try to like keep things going. But like we get to 2023 and it's like, okay, like I've got to try something different. And with realtors, a lot of times, how can I stand out?
Right.
You probably get called from a million lenders. And then there's, okay, what, I'm going to send you a flyer. And then even my customers, a lot of times, like they don't always want to talk on the phone. They're busy at work. And I'm like, they might watch a 30, 60-second clip if I send it to them, but they don't really want to, like, I just found myself texting and emailing all the time and not feeling like my message really resonated. And I was losing sometimes to lenders that I know I'm better than. I'm sure,
Right.
like, I bet you there's times you've lost listings or buyers to agents you know you're better than,
Oh, absolutely.
but they're just a
Absolutely.
little more visible
Yeah.
because they're putting themselves out there a little more. You're like, are you kidding me? You like run into an old friend or somebody at the country club or something, and you're like, you went with them? Like, I mean, you know me, right? Like, I'm Jackie. I know what I'm doing. I'm a way better realtor. So I think
Well, you
that's
know what? I liken it sometimes to vanilla chocolate or strawberry, and everybody has their specific flavor. And it's just like homes. I mean, I'm asked so many times, which one would you buy? You know, that I would buy this one because this is what I like,
mm,
but you might like something different. And these numbers make more sense, and that lot is better, and this is a fairway lot. But if you love that one, then that's the one you need to buy. Because I'm never going to talk you out of the one that you want to buy. Now, I have tried to talk people out of buying homes before, for sure. So,
but good on you from in terms of the due diligence to have that level of experience to say that. Cause
yeah,
I think there's a place for truth. And like sometimes it's hard to deliver that truth.
you have to be truthful with your clients always. I mean, there's just, that's non negotiable for us.
I got another question for you, Jackie.
Uh oh,
We're
you got a
focused on
smile on your face on this one.
Dallas golf, Dallas golf.
Dallas Golf Homes.
There we go. So
Yeah, Dallas Golf
DallasGolfHomes.com.
Homes.
So, one thing I admire about you is I do think you have a great level of expertise in all real estate, but especially when it comes to golf homes
Thank you.
and DallasGolfHomes.com. And so when it comes to like today's market being a little more even buyer friendly, what is kind of maybe misunderstood about like lifestyle homes and neighborhoods when it comes to golf communities? So let's say you're either in the golf community or even maybe adjacent to it. What part of today's market is most misunderstood, like in your opinion?
So, a lot of times people feel that if they are going to buy directly on a golf course, that it's going to be very peaceful and quiet because when you go out there and you look, it is very serene. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. But you've got to consider too that if you're on a tee box, you're going to have those, the golfers that are going to be, teeing off, and you've got noise, and you're going to have 6 and 7 a.m. maintenance that's going to happen in certain areas. And if you're in front of a snack shack, you're going to have a lot of people congregating outside of your backyard. So the privacy, although it's nice and private and it is beautiful, sometimes it's not as private as you would think that it is. And especially if there's a golf path on your side of your side of the course. Evenings, it may not be as peaceful to sit out there in the evenings when people, and especially depending on what lot you're on, because you don't want the golf balls to come flying over your head and into your window behind you. But sometimes it just doesn't have the quiet that you anticipate it having. But it is a great lifestyle. I mean, I live in a golf community. I don't live on the course directly. I have a lot of friends that do. And we love our course. We belong to Glen Eagles, and it's part of the invited group. And I can't say enough about it. I love it.
One, I think that's so helpful because I think the ability to kind of anticipate and think through what are those potential like pros and cons, because it is like the luxury lifestyle, the excitement, like the beauty, but being able to make sure you're making the right decision. And so, where would you say you deliberately slow clients down instead of encouraging them to move really fast? Like, is there places where they should slow down and really be able to consider and get advice before making that decision?
Oh, 100% for sure. When there are homes that the floor plan just doesn't make sense. And there are homes out there that are like that, believe it or not. And I'll give you an example in a second. Or if there's just so much of a premium that it doesn't make sense in the comps, slow it down. Emotion, the views on golf courses, people get very emotional and very tied into those beautiful views. Beautiful. And I'm the same. But I always look at things from a resale perspective. So if you're going to pay a premium plus another premium and sometimes a third premium and it's not priced properly, that's where let's look at the comps. Let's look at these numbers and let's compare, apples to apples, not apples to donuts. I had one, it was actually in Las Colinas, and these people always said, deal breaker, it has to be on the golf course and it has to have a pool. Okay. So we found this beautiful lot, truly one of the funkiest floor plans I think I've ever seen in my entire lifetime. And it didn't have a pool. And I don't know if you tried to put a pool in the home in Las Colinas, but it's a little bit more challenging than you would think that it is. And so by the time they were going, because they were trying to move a staircase in this house, you walked into the home and it wasn't 5 feet in the door. And there was this big staircase that wrapped around the whole part of the middle inside of the house. Well, they were trying to move the staircase to the other side of the house. So when you started looking at what it was going to cost them to retrofit that home to make it work for them and then put a pool in, it was going to be more than they were going to be paying for the home.
Oh, no.
Yes. So that's when you slow them down.
Okay.
And I want you to know they wound up buying the home across the street instead that wasn't on the course. And it was already move-in ready. It was beautiful. It was done. And they could walk out their front door and there was a view of the course. They still got a view of the course. It just wasn't in the backyard. It was in the front yard.
And way better floor plan.
Yes, yes. And that house sat on the market probably another almost 8 months. Yeah.
Jeez. So that, I mean, that's really telltale in terms of being able to kind of identify what the best floor plan is and how you kind of avoid that stuff and being able to help people make decisions. Because a lot of times real estate does move kind of fast. Like it's like moves really, really slow and then it can go really, really fast.
Yeah.
And being able to kind of make sure like, hey, let's not make a huge mistake. And so what is your favorite golf courses in Dallas?
Well, I'm pretty partial to Glen Eagles because I live there. My brother plays a lot at Dallas Country Club, so that's pretty special.
Okay.
I know that most of my true golfer friends that, either I have one that his son wants to join the PGA. And so needless to say, the new PGA course in Frisco is pretty sweet and pretty special. The TPC course in McKinney, true golfers love that course, I personally am not a true golfer. I'm more of a hacker. But I would say those are probably my favorites. But you still have some beautiful courses. I mean, Stoneboro Country Club is a beautiful course. And, gosh, what else? Las Colinas they have some beautiful courses in Las Colinas. They really do. Some great courses over there as well. I'm not as familiar with the Fort Worth courses as I probably should be. But I have several friends over there that are pretty big golfers that give me the 411 when I need it. Yeah.
Sounds like if someone was buying real estate or buying a golf course, you seem to know quite a bit. So I think you're pretty knowledgeable. So you were able to name several right there.
Yeah. So. Well, we get a lot of calls, and we do have a brochure, and it's actually on our website, dallasgolfhomes.com, that you can go in and download the different courses and where they are, and and even has a map on there on where those courses are.
So Dallas,
what's your favorite course?
That's a good question. I do like Stoneboro. I like Glen Eagles. We're members at Dallas Athletic Club, so I do like that.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah. So
I hear it's a beautiful course.
It is. They've got 2 really, really good courses over there. So
I've never driven a cart on that one.
You never driven a cart?
No, I think usually the men in my life usually prefer me to drive the cart versus try to
You do
play.
seem like a great like sidekick in that regard.
I'm a great sidekick, man. So. I can get you where you need to be. However, I did play golf with my husband at one point. We were out in California. And I saw a fox. I'd never seen a fox before.
Oh, wow.
So
on the golf course?
Yes, coming out of the hills in California. And so I took off looking for that fox. I'd never seen a real fox at that point in my life. I left him back and I came back
You hunted the fox down?
I went to see the fox. It was a beautiful fox. We talked.
Now, what does the fox say?
Oh, the fox said, "Go back and get your husband," because he was actually putting with his driver. So, yeah.
Yes, having to putt with his driver because you taking the cart.
I know, it's funny.
All right, Arian, I got some questions for you. You ready?
Okay, babe.
Come on, she said.
Hey, I'm expecting big things.
I'm excited to get a chance to get to know more about you, more about the team. And I'd love to hear, like, if someone is not as familiar with the Jackie Dorbritz team and what y'all bring to the table, I'd love Arian, to hear from you. Like, what has been your experience being a part of the team and what are some of the biggest things that make y'all unique?
Okay. Well, I've been with Jackie. I was her first groupie, if you will. I started with her about 13 years ago. And I've known her for 30. That's a long story. But when I decided I used to be a teacher and I wanted to get into real estate, I called Jackie and said, all right, give me the good, bad, and the ugly. And she did. So I decided to go ahead, and then she's like, I've been thinking about starting a team. So why don't you come join me? And so I did. And we had 2 or 3 years there, and then we added another one, and we've had a lot of team members, and then we've had not so many team members, but we have finally found, I think, our core group. And we have about 6 agents on our team from various different backgrounds. We have some that do like ranch, and they're from a horse and polo background. They're there, Jackie's background before she went into real estate was in cosmetics industry. And so she's got a business mind from that industry. A girl who her husband does barn dominiums, and she promotes that. And so we just come from different backgrounds and different interests. So we work off of each other. We work really well together. We have our team meetings, and we bounce ideas off each other, come up with a plan to mark properties. It's a great, right now, I love our team right now. It's good.
No, that's so cool to hear. And I mean, I think a lot of times it takes a team of experts to really ensure a smooth and successful transaction for people.
It does. It definitely
There's so many moving parts. And so what are some of the strengths and things that you enjoy the most about real estate?
I like getting to know new people, and I like getting to see what their needs are and help. I mean, this is the biggest financial decision most people make.
Yes.
And so just especially first-time home buyers who just have no clue, and they get so excited about every house we go into, you kind of have to coach them a little bit and just get to know them and try to really put their needs first. That's probably what I enjoy most about it, is just coaching and getting to know them.
And I love being able to kind of be a part of the team that gets people into their first home or either their dream home, or just being a part of that kind of journey, being able to kind of celebrate the American dream.
Yes.
And so y'all's team is a top performing team, one of the best in the country, one of the best in the local market. And so I feel like y'all have a lot of expertise that is very valuable given the current market conditions. So what are you seeing in the market? What's your current commentary or perspective on the market conditions?
Well, I mean, it's definitely not like it was 5 years ago. I mean, it's taking things longer to sell.
Okay.
Doesn't mean they're not selling. They're selling. It's just taking a little bit longer than, 2 days, and they're not going for multiple offers. At least, well, there's still some. I hear some every now and then that go for multiple offers, but we haven't had.
But got to be kind of the right home, right neighborhood.
It does. Right neighborhood, right location. But things are selling. I would say, it takes people probably an average of 60 days now,
on market,
maybe even longer, sometimes 90 days, depending on location and area and amenities. But even with that, it's a slowdown. We had a great year last year. And so I'm really predicting and hoping, and what I'm hearing is that it's supposed to be a really another good year this year. Kind of hoping those interest rates will come down. I'm sure you do too, but something to come down just a little bit. And I think if that happens, I think we'll be crazy again.
I mean, right now, rates are at a 3-year low.
Yeah.
So we've already
come down.
We've come down. We're in a much better spot. And so, but that is really impressive that you and y'all's team had such a great year. So many people were down last year.
Yes.
What do you think was different? And I even know y'all overcame a lot of challenges, both personally, professionally, and the market. How do y'all find ways to succeed year in, year out? Because a lot of agents did not do well last year.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's a little lucky. Jackie's probably the luckiest person I've ever met on the planet.
Hey, you know what they say? You know what they say luck is.
She also knows everybody on the planet. I mean, she's just got such a strong network of people that refer her business, and same with me. My business typically comes from referrals as well. And most of the team, but we do get leads from different avenues. But yeah, I think, and then just, I think us supporting each other, really working together has what's made our year good. I mean, we have had some of our team members have had some personal things happen this year, some deaths and just some challenges that people have gone through. And I think we get together and we support each other through those, and it makes us stronger.
Yeah. And what the definition of luck is?
What?
Yeah. It's hard work meets opportunity. So I feel like you can work your way into some good luck. So I feel like probably you and Jackie do work pretty hard and get out there and hustle to a certain degree to really bring in all that good luck or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then tell me a little bit more about what y'all are most excited about? Is there anything that y'all are really building towards or getting excited for as y'all look forward, whether it's this year or even next year? I know that you and Jackie are really kind of growth minded. So I'd love to hear a little bit more about what y'all are planning, what y'all are seeing, what y'all are forecasting.
Well, we are predicting that it's going to be a great year in the real estate world. So that's number one.
Number one.
Yes. Just putting it out there.
Yes. Come on.
Right. And then I think, we joined Compass. We were one of the first teams to start with Compass in the North Dallas area.
Okay.
In fact, we helped start the North Dallas office, and we have grown with Compass, and we just love that company. They are so agent focused. They're so technology driven. We have so many tools at our disposal that we don't even probably use half of what's available to us. I think one of our goals is to be able to really emphasize and use the Compass platform a little bit more. That's one of our big goals. I think another goals we've got is just to grow our referral base.
Okay.
We want to grow our Dallas Golf Homes opportunity, the website that we have, and help people navigate with leads that come in through there and really grow that. Really become more experts in the golf world, because we're not all golfers. We've learned a lot, but we're not really golfers. So I think maybe it'd be good for us to go learn how to play golf. But I don't know if I could get Jackie out on the golf course. But I think those are some goals, and just keeping doing what we're doing and growing our business, and I think we'll be fine. Yeah.
No, I think it is really amazing what y'all been able to accomplish with Compass and really leading and innovating for a long, long time. So on the golf side of things, Arian, who is your favorite golfer?
Oh, that's hard. But I can't. I mean, I used to. My ex-husband was a big golfer, and so we used to go to all these golf tournaments all the time. I used to love Phil Mickelson. I always thought he was a classy guy, and I thought he was really good. Now, whether he's my favorite golfer, I couldn't tell you about that, but I just always liked him. I thought he was a good guy. And then who's the guy that won the Masters last year? I forgot his name. Do you remember?
Is that Scotty Scheffler?
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's from Dallas. So
yeah, I know.
there you go.
That's right.
So
yeah.
But well, tell me more about DallasGolfHomes.com and the website. And
Okay.
so, what are some things that you can get when you visit that website?
Well, there's a lot of information. What we tried to do was to get homes surrounding not all the golf courses in the Dallas area, but we're working on that. But the majority of them, and to be able to go in and say, okay, I'm looking for a home between 500,000 and 700,000. Or luckily, maybe $1 million to $2 million.
Hey, there we
Anyway,
go.
but let's say a $700,000 property. You can go in on our website and say, okay, I want to look in Stonebriar Country Club. And you can go to that page and you can look in between 500,000 and 700,000 and see what's available on the market. It categorizes it a little bit easier for people than in us trying to go into MLS and drill it down, and specifically, it's already done.
Okay.
It's already mapped out to where people can go into a specific area and go with whatever price range they're looking for and see what's available. And there's a lot of information about the golf courses on there. We feature properties on there that we sell, and we do blogs on each property. So there's just a lot of information that people can get from the website.
Okay.
And then they can contact us if they have more questions.
There you go. So DallasGolfHomes.com, a great resource in terms of getting information on golf homes.
Yeah.
So Arian, for you and y'all's team, one of the things that I think is really unique is at Compass, one of the very first teams that joined North Dallas, one of the largest teams there, and consistently one of the best teams in the country. And so what are some of the things you think are unique about the Jackie Dorbritz team and how y'all run that together? And what are some of the things y'all are most proud of?
Well, I think in general, us as a team, we really put our clients first and really listen to what their needs are and really try to accommodate those needs. I know Jackie's got a huge referral network of people I guess we all have a referral network, because most of our business is referral, from friends, from
Really
family,
impressive.
from other agents, that, we've got
Because
a
they
couple.
trust you.
Yeah. And I think the track record of Jackie and all of us on the team of doing a good job and making sure that our clients are taken care of follows us through, and it just produces that business for us. I know a lot of agents this year, the last couple of years, we've been nervous about how the market was going to be. And I think we've been able to stay steady through the market because of that, because we're really putting our clients first.
And so, no, that's awesome. And I think really a testament to the trust and you build with your clients because of how many referrals you get. And people are going to refer because of the fact they trust you, they believe you, and you get the job done.
Yes.
So I think that's really great.